Sachinand Madhav, please go.
Yes, Prabhuji. Should I start?
Yeah, Prabhu, please go.
Okay. Prabhuji, I was just talking to my daughter, and we were discussing about the black magic. So there was an incident with Bhakti Vinod Thakur's son regarding one black magic magician has done something with his son. So if you can just tell us that incident.
That was actually a very famous incident of Sena, who was kind of a yogi, not to his son, but to the whole family. He was actually trying to harm, because this person would proclaim or announce himself to be God. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur went and confronted him that you know very well that you are not God. So why don't you tell the people that you are not God? He said, you know what, people want to worship me as God, so I don't want to stop them because I like it anyway. So people are foolish, that's not my fault. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, well, if that is the case, then uh, your happiness will not last for very long. But then this person actually blasphemed Jagannath. He told Bhaktivinoda Thakur, what you're worshipping this Jagannath? That actually you should be worshipping me. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when he heard this, and this person was also actually uh, telling people that he can drive away the British rule. Okay? And because he is the incarnation of God, so he has power, so he will dethrone, he will remove the British government from here and get the independence for the country. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, being a magistrate, he took that as an excuse to get him arrested. No. Because this person was blasphemous to Jagannath and announcing he will be God. So taking that as an excuse that he's threat to the government, he actually got him arrested. So because he was a yogi, he was casting the spell on the whole family. Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually became very sick. The entire family was actually very sick. So his wife actually insisted, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wife said that, why don't you release him? Why you want to mess up with him? Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, even if I die, even if my whole family dies, I'm not going to leave this person. He has been offender to Lord Jagannath. No, I don't mind sacrificing my whole family, but this person must be punished for offenses to Lord Jagannath. So, and of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur realized generally the yogis have their power in the here. So he got one of the prison barber to shave off him. So when they shaved off him, all the magic spell that he had was relieved. Everybody in the home of Bhaktivinoda Thakur got recovered. And the yogi, because he lost all his powers, he couldn't tolerate it. So he actually committed suicide in the jail only. So his name was Bhishak Sen. I think this is documented in biography of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Really.
This episode is actually shown in Prabhupada's life history also, Prabhu.
Yes, I remember, because Premanand Krishnan used to watch that very often. Sometimes we watch with them. Mhm.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes, Madhuri, go ahead.
So I was reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. In that, the second shloka where it is mentioned, Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. So Srila Prabhupada translates this as it was compiled by the great sage Vyasadev in his maturity. But these shlokas are said by Vyasadev, so why will he call himself as a great sage Vyasadev?
This is actually when a person is compiling literature, spiritual literature like Srimad Bhagavatam, then the person is fully conscious or aware that it's not I who's compiling this literature. It is the literature being compiled by the mercy of the Lord. So the person doesn't think himself to be doer, And because Vyasadev is representing, I mean, anyone who speaks on behalf of Vyasadev, we see, he's a representative of Vyasadev. So Vyasadev is actually a position which is actually belonging to the Supreme Lord. So because Vyasadev, in this case, is representing that Vyas, or the Guru Tattva in one way, teaching everyone the wisdom, the real wisdom of the Vedas. The entitling, the word Mahamuni, or the great seer, is very much befitting. I remember, once in Chicago, we were having the Vyas Puja of Radhanand Maharaj. So all the devotees, they were offering, their gratitude to Maharaj, and Maharaj, in great humility, towards the end of when he was giving speech, toward the end, he actually made a statement. People were actually throwing flowers at Maharaj, and for Maharaj actually made a statement that, because this was kind of a birthday celebration. So Maharaj said, you can actually pin the donkey, right? He said you can.
The game, right?
Yeah.
There's a game. It's okay, I don't want to be on camera. But there's a game
Called
that children play, pin the donkey.
Pin the donkey.
Or, Krishna conscious children, they actually play, put the peacock feather on Krishna or something like that. So Maharaj mentioned that since all of y'all are throwing flowers after Aarti, everybody was throwing flowers at Maharaj. Maharaj made a comment saying that I feel like it's pin the donkey. Y'all are aiming the flowers right at me. So Maharaj made this comment, but he was so conscious.
This was being recorded. Everything was recorded.
Everything was recorded. And immediately, before everybody even went home, Maharaj called. And Maharaj said that how many people have recorded this? And he said, this is a big mistake and blunder on my part. I was representing Vyasadev at that point. And I called Vyasadev as, I referred as donkey, even though he actually meant himself. But he was very conscious, and we had to retrieve all the videos from no matter who made those videos. We went on
and edited
and delete that particular portion of the video.
Yeah. So that the reference of Mahamuni is actually referring to Krishna. So Vyasadev, though he's a great sage, not that he's speaking out of arrogance, this statement. Anyone who compiles a literature like Srimad Bhagavatam has to be a Mahamuni, has to be a representative of Krishna. I hope
Thank
that.
you so much. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, we read today about how that Brahmana, he looked at the Nityananda Prabhu, and he was wearing jewels, and he was not behaving the way the Brahmana should, sannyasi should behave, Brahmana should behave. And he asked questions to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Why about the Nityananda Prabhu's behavior. So if we see in our regular day-to-day life as a devotee, we see so many devotees around us, their behavior and how they behave, and what should be our consciousness to see any devotee.
Well, in case of Nityananda Prabhu, or especially Guru Tattva, there is a beautiful statement in the, I believe in Chaitanya Bhagavat, or I think in Chaitanya Bhagavat only. It says, Yadyapi Nityananda Prabhu Surabari Jai, Tathapi te hoy Nityananda Rai. Says, even if Nityananda Prabhu happens to go to Surabari means a place where people drink liquor. Yadyapi Nityananda Prabhu Surabari Jai, Tathapi te hoy Nityananda Rai. He still remains as Nityananda Rai. He doesn't become an ordinary person, because Vaishnavacharya explained, even if Nityananda Prabhu goes to liquor shop, He will not go there to drink. He will only go to deliver the drunkards. So sometimes you may see that Vaishnavas behave, especially the Vaishnavas who are sincerely dedicated to the mission of Guru and Krishna and sincerely serving the instructions of their Guru, may apparently be behaving which is inappropriate, but that should be overlooked. But sometimes it may happen that you may see the person is not really sincerely following the Vaishnava principles and misbehaves. So even then, we should not be critical until unless we are in a position of administration where it's required to address that issue. We should simply try to maintain distance from such a devotee and possibly pray for him, and if possible try to offer some help to the devotee in some way if we are in position to offer him help. So if a person is misbehaving, apparently we should try to keep distance. That's not really a high devotee. I remember once Atma Prabhu was telling in this regard that when he was living in some temple in ISKCON in Maharashtra, I believe. So he said there was one devotee who was brother of Loknath Swami Maharaj, brother or some relative of Loknath Swami Maharaj. He used to live in the temple, and Loknath Swami Maharaj was actually Shiksha Guru for Atma Prabhu. He was the one who used to give him a lot of inspiration in Krishna consciousness. So Atma Prabhu, he was the temple commander, but this devotee, though he was related to Loknath Swami Maharaj, he would sleep. He would go to the terrace in the night and he would sleep till almost like 9 or 10 in the morning. So one time, so many devotees try to, do something, that wake up, early, come for the Mangal Arati and all. He would not. And if somebody would try to wake him up, he would say, "You are doing Vaishnava Aparadh. Don't try to do Vaishnava Aparadh. I am devotee. Let me, do whatever I am doing." So one time, Loknath Swami Maharaj actually, he asked Atma Prabhu, "Where is this devotee?" He said, "Maharaj, he's sleeping up." He said, "He's sleeping? This is time. This is almost like 10 in the morning. He's still sleeping." He said, "Yes, Maharaj, he is sleeping. If you try to wake him up, so he always says you are doing Vaishnava Aparadh." Maharaj said, "Take a bucket and go and pour on him." So Atma Prabhu became so enlivened. He said, "I got so enlivened hearing this instruction coming directly from Loknath Maharaj." So he took a bucket and went and poured on the devotee. And the devotee got up with the shock. He said, "Vaishnava Aparadh, Vaishnava Aparadh, you're doing Vaishnava Aparadh." So Atma Prabhu said, "I told him, it's not my aparadh, it's Loknath Maharaj. He told me to do it, so therefore I did it. So all aparadh goes to him." So in this way, if you come across somebody whom you can offer help on behalf of the devotees who are actually trying to uplift, like in this case Loknath Maharaj wanted to help the devotee only, you can offer the help, but otherwise try to maintain distance, not to take association from such a person, but if possible try to give association.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Is it possible for me to mention one story as regarding what we were just talking about now?
Yes, Mami, please go ahead.
Yes, recently I've heard the story that there was a disciple, there was a student, and he came to his guru and he said, "I noticed how many devotees are acting not in an appropriate way." And then Guru told him, "You should take a glass of water and go around the temple like slowly. And then we talk again." So he did that. He poured a full glass of water. He kept on going around the temple, always, being careful not to spill any water. And then again, when he got back to speak to Guru, Guru said, "Did you notice any devotees doing any bad things?" And then this disciple said, "No, I didn't notice anything." So that's what the lesson that the Guru wanted to tell him afterwards, is that when we pay attention, when we focus on the main goal of what we're supposed to do and on our duties, then we don't notice any mistakes that other devotees do.
Thank you, Madhi. Thank you for bringing that point as well. So
And
many times it so happens that our vision is very much because of the lack of proper sadhana and all. Our vision is actually blinded, and we only see flaws or faults in others. So sometimes it could be that it's our own vision which is full of flaws, looking only for the flaws in others. So yes, if we try to improve our sadhana and try to focus more on our practice of Krishna consciousness, then we can actually overcome even looking the flaws in others, and then be able to help others actually, even if there are any flaws in them. Thank you, Madhi. Thank you for bringing that point up.
thank you for the opportunity to share.
Hare Krishna, may I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
It's thank you for explaining about Vaishnava Paratha. I had a situation in my life when some elder devotee were criticizing other devotees. It was happened long time ago, and this devotee, he was on lead position in some service, and he was criticizing other devotees and saying they're not good devotees, and he was criticizing gurus, that gurus are not high level devotees and all of this. Should I continue should I continue serve Krishna under the lead of this devotee, or what should I do in this situation?
I didn't get the last part of your question, Madhi. What was the last?
Okay, so this devotee is some lead devotee. So he's leading some preaching programs. Should I continue to help this devotee in his service under his lead? Or what should I do?
The most crucial and important aspect in our Krishna consciousness is wherever we get some inspiration to serve Krishna and devotees, we should accept that inspiration. And wherever something that is making or creating distance between us and Krishna, or taking us away from Krishna, we should try to avoid such association or situations. So if you feel that hearing criticism is becoming more often and you are not able to avoid it, the best course would be to keep distance, because hearing continuous criticism of Vaishnavas definitely is detrimental to one's Krishna consciousness. But if that happened only one time, and the person continues to do wonderful service, and we are able to engage ourselves in assisting such a person, then continue the service. So the most crucial thing is, it may happen sometime that even in case of wonderful Vaishnavas who have dedicated their lives, may sometime be seen critical to some aspect or some person. But if that is a regular feature, that means there's some problem there. But if happen only once in blue moon, then we can continue to assist and take association from such a person.
So what should I do if it happen on regular basis?
The ideal thing would be to maintain distance and not to actually associate with such a person if it's happening on regular basis, because that criticism will take its toll. Even if a sadhaka or practicing devotee, even a neophyte devotee, has some flaws, only if it should be pointed for the purpose of rectifying, not for propagating or telling everyone what the flaw the person has.
Okay, but should I point it or talk to some elder devotee, or should I just keep quiet? And
ideal thing is, we should never point out the flaw of a person if he is superior or if he is senior to us, because that becomes maryada vyatikrama. It is against the Vaishnava etiquette, but we can definitely refer it to some Vaishnava who is at least equal or superior to that one, to point out, so that that person can help him. In a humble mood, of course, it's not in the mood of criticism, but in a humble mood, you can actually approach a superior person or a person who's at least friend with that devotee to help that person.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Prabhu, just one thing. We have Anastasia Mataji newly joined us. Anastasia Mataji, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hare Krishna.
Anastasia Mataji, can you hear us? Okay, we can.
Anyway, Mother, you are very much welcome. It's wonderful to have more and more devotees in this group. So welcome to this group. We chant every day from 5:30 to 7, and then we have a little reading and discussion. So you're very much welcome to join us on a daily basis. So I think we can stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.